teed up, and with the boots, the NFL postseason has officially begun. Bayshul-Tootin now on the return. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Warren's going to throw straight away here. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Setting up the screen. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marte Mapu. And he's going to score a pick six, touchdown Houston. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick six starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They're unafraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have. Boy, can it set a toner.
That one splits the uprights. And the Oilers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Return starts at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Jaguars have a first down. Only took him one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. First down throw, Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
It's not just imperative that the quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Okay, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Hey, Lion!
They'll throw, 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 4th and long.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Right to the air with May. Has him on the quick hitter. He'll get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
May not have throw on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
Starts his return from the 23. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Rip, 23. Done. It's on touch. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Hey, tomato. Right. Silver.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. This one's going to wind up less than a yard from that 1st down marker, Brock. Play gets it up to the 43.
Easy. Read it. Go. Let's go.
3rd and 1.
Hey, kill.
31, Lawrence to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Logan Cook on to punt.
On to punt for the Jaguars. His teammates take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. There's the intensity we expect in a playoff. Defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play, and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Here's the pistol snap to May. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. They connect on the deep shot. He's going to have this down at the 42-yard line. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
He's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Jags loading up the secondary on this 3rd down. They've got 6 DBs out there. Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, it's down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. 7-0 is our score. Back to Houston in just a moment. the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. Lawrence with it on first. Check this one down to Etienne. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, so this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Finds him over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40.
Hey, kill!
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's Etienne on first down. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Now look underneath here for Etienne. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Goes to the hurry up here.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
13, move.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. Just gets down inside the 35-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. New set of downs for him from the 31. Throwing on first down, Lawrence. Completed to his running back. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
First carry now, this is Bashal Tootin. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars start to fight back with their first points in this game. Little Tex on the extra point. And the Jaguars tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All set to go now from the 35.
Here you go.
To the air on first down, May. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
38-yard line.
From the gun, it's May. Hits his running back. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
Operating from the gun. Here's May. And we're still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Houston coming up. connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Here he goes, third and long. That's caught for the first. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Handoff now out of the gun. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with third and long.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
They now on third down. He has the first over the middle. They're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10. May now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. Back to the air. It's May. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing again, it's May. Brought in. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be fourth down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Just about a yard to the markers. They're going to take the risk and go for this. It's a run on fourth down. And they stop it. No touchdown, no first down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
These fourth down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Motion the slot man right. First down throw, Lawrence. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Definitely got to watch for a safety here, partner. Second and long from their 1. From the end zone, Lawrence. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And And he's going to score a pick six. Touchdown, Houston. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, it's a tough second pick six to watch.
That one right down the middle. And the Oilers break that tie and now lead by 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Tootin now on the return. This makes it up to the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go. Here we go.
On the ground to begin this drive with ETA. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. That's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
First and 10 from the 43.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. Hey, Ginger, 11, again. Go, go, let's go. 30 left. St. Brian.
Lawrence working from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And it's going to be second down.
It's second down and 10.
Hey, Ron. Damn gun. Hey, circle, what? Hey, kill.
They kick the running back in motion. Second and 10. Here's Lawrence. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Decent 24. 13 loop. Tomato.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Bails out of the pocket quick. Taking a chance to the end zone. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that passing block. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player, and now as a coach, please don't do that again.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10.
Hey.
Throwing here just before halftime. On the move, headed right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And they will not connect. Took his shot there to end the half, but no dice. That's going to take us to the break. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. All set to go now from the 35. On first down, they'll run. bring this down to their 35. So gain 30 yards on that play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. That sprung them to get to the second level and beyond.
First down throw for May. Couldn't get the screen set up properly. Broadcast incomplete, and they're going to hope for better results now on second down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
They'll run now on second down. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
34-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Third and long. They're going to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Now is on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes first and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. They're going to bring him down after his play. Rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. We come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Real momentum will keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10. It's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. Gets some space around midfield. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after it.
From the gun, Etienne gets it. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Give him around 6. That's going to make it second and 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Here comes the screen for Etienne. Makes a tackle. He's still going. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Jaguars have a first down.
Hey, left. Here we go.
Trying it right side with Etienne. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up second and 9. Tootin gets it from the gun. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
So before third down whistles, and yep, the timeout comes in. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Drive in dire straits. It's third and 9.
Hey, run. So, take right open. 11.
Third and long for him here. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
You This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Facing fourth down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. Little knocks it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. All set to go now from the 35. May on 1st and 10. Brought in right side. And he'll be taken down after advancing this to the 37. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's made of the air. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
May not have throw on 3rd. Ooh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Dumped off to his running back. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
Lawrence looking to throw. Chased out to his right. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. 1st down from the 42.
1st down, Jacksonville.
Now a give to ETN running right. Nothing doing here as he only manages the arm. With a better result than that last run, it's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Here we go.
Lawrence to throw it.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. A short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
3rd and just 2 to go. They'll run here, ETN. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. 1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. It's Jaguars football, and their playoff run is in jeopardy.
And a Jaguar 1st down.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. ETN again. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, the casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Pressure coming for Lawrence. Oh no, they get him yet again. And they Oilers get the football back on their own 47-yard line.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
They'll run here on first down. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
They've been doing it.
Has it downfield working the left. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. To the air on first down, May. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Back to the air. It's May. Too much lead on that throw. That ball's incomplete ahead of his target. Not on the same page with his tight end. So they're left facing third and long.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Short pass brought in. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short. They'll run for this, and he won't fight through. Needed 1 yard forward, send him 1 yard backwards. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
Once with it on first. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Christian Gonzalez has it. And he's going to score. Pick six, touchdown, Houston. Defense getting in on the fun block with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
That one splits the uprights. And the Oilers double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Tootin now on the return. Dodges another stop. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Now Lawrence coming off a pick. Forced out to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send it back to the line for second.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate. That was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Brought in, inside the 20. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Second down out the window. They're backed up here for third down.
We're at 23.
Here he goes, third and long. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Take right open.
Desperation time here on fourth. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
May now from the gun. Going all the way to the end zone here. And that's a touchdown catch, at least for the moment. So, Brock, the guys are already walking backwards. You know what that means. I think this one's going to be on the offense. So this is going to be second down and long following the holding flag. From the gun, it's May. He's got it over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make this stop.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
And they get this down to the 28. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do it through the offseason, do it through training camp, do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force fourth downs just as they did.
Corey Gallis connects. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you can call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Now Corey Gallis on to send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Making some progress here. And he's all the way up across the 40 before heading out of bounds.
When you get contributions like that and you kick off returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The game gets this down inside the 35. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. From the shotgun, Lawrence escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone.
Let's go.
Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Throwing on first down, Lawrence.